All right, good morning. Is it still morning? Good afternoon. Now that you're all seated, please all rise now for the presentation of the colors by the Hampton High School Air Force Junior ROTC and the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Order up! By the record, left face! Forward, march! Left, 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 right, 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 left, 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 right, 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 left, 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 right, 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 left.
All right. Well, please take your seats. Now stand up again. Just kidding. All right. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. How y'all doing today? Welcome back to the Hampton State of the City live for the first time. Wait a second. For the first time since 2019. My name is Bob McKenna, and I'm the president and CEO of the Virginia Peninsula Chamber. And on behalf of the Virginia Peninsula Chamber and the great city of Hampton, I would like to officially welcome you to the 2022 State of the City. Before we get moving, let me recognize some distinguished guests. The one clap rule, of course, is in effect, with a slight modification to avoid any uncomfortable moments. I'm going to say the name, and then I'm going to prompt you, and you're going to do one clap. Does that work? From Congressman Bobby Scott's office, Giselle Russell. 633rd Air Base Wing Commander Colonel Greg Ballou and his Deputy Commander Colonel Harry Hong. 633rd Mission Support Group Commander Colonel Lisa Mabbitt. From the City of Newport News, City Council Vice Mayor Sandra Cherry. Councilwoman Tina Vick. Councilman Dave Jenkins, and Councilwoman Pat Woodbury. And from City of Newport News, City Manager Cindy Rolfe. From the York County Board of Supervisors, Tom Shepard, and Deputy County Administrator Mark Bellamy. And from our host city, the great city of Hampton, Mayor Donnie Tuck. We can clap longer for him. Vice Mayor Jimmy Gray, and City Council members Eleanor Brown, Stephen Brown, Chris Bowman, Billy Hobbs Jr., and Michelle Farabee. And two newly elected and incoming members, Hope Harper and Martha Mugler. City Manager Mary Bunting, and Assistant City Managers Steve Bond and Brian DeProfio. And from Hampton City Schools, School Board Chairman Dr. Richard Mason, Superintendent Dr. Jeffrey Smith, and school board members, Vice Chair Ann Cherry, Dr. Reginald Woodhouse, Jason Samuels, Joe Kilgore, Tina Banks Gray, and Stephanie Jackson Afanya. And student ambassadors who you will hear from later, Joshua Cunnison and Sarah Graham. Commissioner of the Revenue, Ross Mugler, Commonwealth Attorney Anton Bell, Treasurer Christine Sneed, Circuit Court Clerk Catherine Glass, Sheriff Karen Bowden, and Lieutenant General U.S. Army retired Darrell Williams, President of Hampton University, and President of, she asked me to say this, the VPCC, the Virginia Peninsula Community College, and they stole our name, Dr. Porter Brannon, and Tom Cosgrove, Chairman of the Virginia Peninsula Chamber. Okay, my apologies if I forgot anyone, but I think that's it. Now I would like to take a moment to thank our sponsors. And the one clap rule is very important now because there's a lot of sponsors. So today's presenting sponsor and series sponsor is Old Point National Bank. Series gold sponsor, Bon Secours Hampton Roads. Series silver sponsors, Cannon, Virginia, Cox Communications, Newport News Williamsburg International Airport, hold on a second, Centera. Silver sponsors are Clancy and Thays Construction Company, Hampton Roads Convention Center, Hampton, Virginia Federal Area Development Authority, Virginia Workforce Innovation and Entrepreneurship Center. Series bronze sponsors are Abbott Realty, Atlantic Union Bank, Chesapeake Bank, Dominion Energy, Hampton Roads Workforce Council. Hold on just a sec. Those lights are bright. Langley Federal Credit Union, Lee Bear, Newport News Shipbuilding, Riverside Health System, Town Bank, Downtown Hampton Development Partnership, Drucker and Falk, Guernsey Tingle, Hampton Chevrolet, Hampton City Schools, please get their name, Hampton School Board, Newport News Economic Development Authority, Robinson Development Group, Southeastern Virginia Health System, and Truist. And our floral sponsor, Jeff's Flowers, of course. Of course. Let's have a round of applause for our gracious sponsors. Now I would like to turn it over to the Superintendent of Hampton City Schools, Dr. Jeffrey Smith, and City Manager Mary Bunting.
Good afternoon, and thank you for being here today. We are very excited to share our extraordinary city with you and highlight the great splash our city and school system have created together. As city manager, my team and I partner with many organizations and individuals to help make the positive impact to our community that our residents and businesses deserve. One of the partnerships I continue to be most proud of is that with Hampton City Schools. Our city council and school board truly live our school's motto, every child, every day, whatever it takes. And they proactively work together to continue to build a stronger community.
7 years ago, City Manager Bunting and I began sharing the division's transformational efforts with you. You may have even remembered that the last time we were together in person at this particular event. We were so delighted that we had students who introduced us. These young people, they have graduated and are successfully moved on in terms of their college careers. They not only introduced us to the audience, but stated that they are the future superintendent and city manager. Yes, indeed, our students are our future, but they are also shaping our community right now. So today, instead of hearing about our partnerships and successes from us, we're going to turn the mic over to two of our young people who represent our nearly 20,000 hardworking, brilliant students. These students can tell our story, which is also their story, and they can do it far more in a better way than both of us can.
I totally agree with Dr. Smith. As city manager, a parent of 2 graduates of Hampton City Schools, 1 current high school senior, and a Hampton graduate myself, I can confidently say our young people are able to tell our narrative. So without further ado, please welcome to the stage Joshua and Sarah.
Thank you, City Manager Bunting and Superintendent Dr. Smith. And good afternoon, everyone. As Ms. Bunting shared, my name is Joshua Cunnison, and my academy is the Onstage Performing Arts Academy at Kecoughtan High School, where everyday greatness is the expectation.
And good afternoon. I'm Sarah Graham. I attend the Academy of Health, Human, and Financial Services at the Hampton High School, the home of Crabber Pride, where a legacy of excellence continues. We are thrilled to be standing in front of you today to share the journey and accomplishments of our school division in partnership with our community. In September, the Virginia Department of Education released school accreditation ratings for the first time since the 2019-2020 school year. Even with a pandemic that spanned over 3 school years, Hampton City Schools is 100% accredited with 90%, with 90% accredited without conditions, the highest level rating of accreditation, and 3 schools accredited with conditions based on elementary science performance at these schools. HCS outperformed neighboring school divisions in the region, ranging between 29 and 33% for those divisions who serve students of similar demographics.
We also have accomplishments to celebrate when it comes to our on-time graduation rate for the class of 2022, who posted an on-time graduation rate of 97.64%. The highest on-time graduation rate in HCS history, and the highest on-time graduation rate in the 15 school divisions in our region. And yes, ladies and gentlemen, that includes the school divisions in all of Hampton Roads, from the South Side, Peninsula, and the Eastern Shore. Not only did we outperform the 15 school divisions in our region, the on-time graduation rate for students in performance group who are historically unrepresented exceeded the state averages. For example, our students with disabilities had an on-time graduation rate of 99.49%. Compared to a state average of 89.9%. And our homeless student population had a 100% on-time graduation rate. Compared to the state average of 76.46%. Yes, and the class of 2022 posted the highest on-time graduation rate in the region. And they also recorded the lowest dropout rate in the region with a rate of 0.62%. Compared to the state average of 5.19%. That means students are staying in school, are engaged, and are graduating. Another impressive fact about our classmates from the class of 2022 is that collectively, they were awarded over $49 million in scholarships and grants. I know that's impressive, but watch out, class of 2022. We plan to make history as well.
Yes. Josh, our schools and our leaders have certainly worked in collaboration with our community, and our success is due in part to our strong community partnerships. These partnerships validate to us as students that we can and will succeed in college, career, and life. For example, in October, I had the honor to serve as an ambassador and student speaker for the 2022 Academies of Hampton site visit. In collaboration with the State Council of Higher Education, Virginia, the Virginia Department of Education, and the Academies of Hampton, as well as superintendents, division leadership, and local officials from 22 school districts across Virginia, toured the academies and learned how Hampton City Schools has implemented a transformative model with a system of accountability. The tours in the schools were led by students, and if I say so myself, we really stole the show. We were so excited to show off the newly transformed learning spaces and the challenge-based projects that we are engaged in daily that help us graduate with the knowledge and skills to be successful in the industries that we are passionate about. Additionally, guests learned how community partners remain key to our success through industry tours, work-based learning experiences, internships, and many other opportunities that fulfill the qualities of a portrait of a graduate. And there's more to share than this experience. At the secondary level, our peers have quite a story to tell. Students in grades 10th through 12th continue to take dual enrollment classes and have earned over 25,400 dual enrollment credits since 2015. Yeah. That's saving students and families nearly $4 million in Virginia Community College System tuition. Also, through the Virginia Peninsula Community College Academy of the College Experience, 26 students from the class of 2021 and 34 students from the class of 2022, don't worry, I'll do the math for you. That's 60 students in 2 years have walked across the stage to receive their associate's degree before receiving their high school diploma. In addition, students are graduating with industry credentials as the class of 2022 earned 1,877 industry credentials across 56 different examinations.
These accomplishments are significant for us as students, but also to our business community. The increase of industry credentials means that our businesses can count on talent pipeline of future employees that are extremely well prepared. Additionally, our academy offerings are enhancing the city's economic development efforts, enabling our city manager to do her team a better pitch on why Hampton is a great place to do business. Our various pathways curricula align with business needs and are shaped with industry input, which means a Hampton City Schools degree is a true pathway for success for all. I'd like to take a moment to share with you how those partnerships not only strengthen the teaching that is occurring in our schools, but also helps us, the students, explore who we are and develop personal growth. During my freshman year, I completed the class of Success 101, and I selected the Performing Arts Academy. Mrs. Tracy Bourne, the Performing Arts Academy teacher, recognized my abilities and encouraged me to discover my passions. Mrs. Bourne encouraged me to immerse myself in theater performances that supported hands-on learning in the academy experience. Because of Ms. Bourne's support and the partnerships I made within the academy, I have gotten involved in activities and opportunities that I love. I have successfully won 4 Best Actor awards and serve as the Performing Arts Academy Ambassador, Outreach Officer for our theater department, and I am on the State Student Board for Virginia Thespians as their Vice Chair. It is because of partnerships and continuous support from individuals like you that I have developed a strong, positive sense of myself and my purpose. So thank you to our community, including many of you who are here today, who came together to help transform what it means to teach and learn at Hampton City Schools. For those of you who might be new to Hampton or new to our transformation, let me tell you how it all began. In 2016, this community envisioned the portrait of a Hampton graduate and the necessary educational experiences needed to prepare every student for success in college, careers, and in life. From there, the Academies of Hampton were created, which provides us with relevance-based learning through the lens of career and academic theme. Through the division's 16 wall-to-wall academies and 44 career pathways, we get to experience a hands-on learning environment with real-world application, experiences, and state-of-the-art equipment. Through our academies, we are exposed to a multitude of careers and opportunities, industry skills, and potential employers. This is thanks to the over 300 business leaders in 17 colleges and universities who are part of this great team that works so closely with Hampton City Schools and the academies of Hampton. Let me share just a few examples to kick off this school year. We recognize the Partner of Excellence recipients from each high school as well as an overall division partner. The Hampton High School Award was presented to Sue Thrash, a representative of the Hampton Roads Educator Credit Union. The Kecoughtan High School Excellence Award went to the Virginia Department of Transport, VDOT, and Representatives Queen Crittenden and Rossi Carroll. Phoebus High School honored Inspire IT and Representative Damian Douglas. The Bethel High School Partner of Excellence Award and the overall Divisional Partner of Excellence Award was presented to B.J. Whittingham, a representative of the City Hampton Public Works Department. Public Works has participated in all Academy of Hampton Defense to provide opportunities for our schools and families, treated our teachers with a robust tour of the facilities, and worked with the academies this past summer to provide opportunities for our rising ninth graders. Additionally, we have two named academies. In October of 2021, the Academy of Hamptons announced the Virginia Peninsula Community College Academy of the College Experience, ACE, as the first named academy. We are excited to announce that this year we have our second named academy, the Virginia Ship Repair Association Maritime Academy, located at the Hampton High School. Thank you to the business partners who are investing their time, energy, and resources into us and our fellow peers. They are providing learning experience throughout the entire calendar year, not just the school year. Because each of you are strengthening the health and well-being of our community and providing my fellow classmates and me with opportunities to graduate with the qualities of the portrait of a graduate.
And before we leave the stage, we would like to share some additional successes as we innovate and transform our schools and community. Langley Elementary School houses the Dual Language Immersion, DLI program. The DLI program provides native English-speaking and native Spanish-speaking kindergarten and first grade students academic instruction in both English and Spanish. This gives students opportunities to acquire both languages. Hampton City Schools' Future Learning Experience, or better known as the FLEX program, is providing a virtual learning revolution to any child living in Virginia. It features an online curriculum that uses adventure storylines to engage students in applying the content and skills they learn throughout each week in English language arts, math, history, and science. Students participate in role plays, puzzles, escape rooms, and more. Additionally, Hampton City Schools continues to transform K-12 education instruction and career-connected learning experiences for all of us. For example, the new middle school career focus helps students begin the process of creating a purposeful career plan. It is built on investigation of the 16 career clusters and the many aligned occupations. From kindergarten to graduation, student-driven career-connected learning experiences are designed to connect academic content with careers. This gives young people opportunities to explore their community, to apply their learning to real-world solutions, and to participate in authentic experiences that have real and meaningful impact. As you can see, the divisions, one division, one transformation, demonstrates the commitment and intentions to provide all students with opportunities to see the connection between what they are learning in the classroom and the world beyond the classroom. And lastly, I am proud to share that Hampton City Schools and the School Social Work Services Department reached a high watermark in efforts to address the needs of the whole child, the whole school, and the whole community when it hosted its first ever mental wealth fair this past October, right here at the Hampton Roads Convention Center. While parents and guardians were the target audience, it was truly a family affair. With more than 1,100 people in attendance, the event provided an opportunity for families to receive a tremendous amount of information about community-based mental health services. More than 30 vendors and a keynote speaker were in attendance to provide such needed and valuable information and support. This is just one example of how HCS sees the value of mental health, community partnerships, and outreach.
Everything we shared today truly embodies that we are one division, one transformation, one community. Thank you to our Hampton School Board, the support of the city administration and the city council, as well as our military, faith-based, business, and community partners. Thank you to our administrators, teachers, school staff, and families for working together to ensure us students are prepared for careers, lifelong learning, and life. And thank you for joining us today and being a part to make this transformational change a reality.
Thank you.
Thank you, Joshua and Sarah. That was magnificent. And I think it warrants another extended round of applause. Okay, it is now my pleasure to introduce our presenting sponsor. Representing Old Point National Bank is Ms. Joycelyn Spite Roach. Ms. Roach is Senior Vice President, Credit Underwriter Manager at Old Point National Bank. She holds a master's in science and management from Hampton University. Go Pirates. And a bachelor's degree in finance from Florida International University. Go Panthers. Go Panthers. And is also a graduate of the Virginia Bankers Association of Bank Management. She currently serves on the State Board of Directors of the Virginia Center for Inclusive Communities, is vice chair of the Board of Directors for Versability Resources, and serves as an ex officio board member for the United Way of the Virginia Peninsula. She is a former two-term chair of the Board of Directors for the Peninsula Chamber, past president of the Virginia Peninsula Food Bank Board, and is a 2020 recipient of the Women in Business Achievement Award. In her spare time, just kidding, she doesn't have any spare time. Ladies and gentlemen, my friend, Miss Joycelyn Roach, Joycelyn Spite Roach.
Thank you, Bob. And thank you to everyone attending today as we learn about and show support for all the great things happening in the city of Hampton. Old Point is honored to be the presenting sponsor of the State of the City events brought to you by the partners at the Virginia Peninsula Chamber. At Old Point, we are proud of our history of service to the Hampton community and the city of Hampton. We are proud to share that next year, Old Point will commemorate its centennial anniversary. That's 100 years of serving Hampton Roads with the same trusted name and the same focus on supporting our clients, employees, and the community. Thank you. If we haven't already had the pleasure of working with you, know that Old Point provides individuals and businesses of all sizes with comprehensive and competitive financial solutions, insurance offerings, and wealth management. Our experienced and dedicated team continue to differentiate Old Point from our competitors by providing superior guidance and support. When you become part of the Old Point family, you have access to generations of financial expertise provided by people you know and trust. We are 100% committed to our community, and we pride ourselves on creating a better Hampton Roads every day. Today, I have the honor of introducing Mayor Donnie Tuck. Mayor Tuck serves on a number of committees and boards, including chair of both Hampton Roads Transportation Planning Organization and the Hampton Roads Transportation Accountability Commission. He has also volunteered with Big Brothers Big Sisters and Peninsula Habitat for Humanity. Just some of the many ways he has demonstrated his passion for youth and community. Mayor Tuck served on Hampton City Council from 2010 to 2016, and on July 1, 2016, he took office as Hampton's mayor. In 2020, he was reelected to a second term. Please join me in welcoming Mayor Donnie Tuck to deliver the 2022 State of the City Address.
Welcome, Mayor Tuck, for your tour of Hampton's newest facility that serves residents and visitors. You know, Hampton's aquatic heritage is as deep as the Chesapeake Bay and as vast as the Atlantic Ocean. And now, our beautiful coastal community is home to the largest aquatics facility in Virginia, and maybe one of the biggest in the Mid-Atlantic region, the Hampton, Virginia Aquaplex. And we have national and regional events scheduled already. But the center is not just for big meets, it's for other activities like the Wibbit Watercourse Challenge, which is a series of giant inflatables that kids and grown-ups can climb on, jump on, and slide off of. And we're planning dive-in movie nights. So come on in with me. Let's make a splash.
Hey, Mayor Tuck. My team is practicing for the City High School meet. The Hampton Aquatic Center is perfect for competitive aquatics. Events here will have great economic impact on the city of Hampton and the surrounding region. Thousands of athletes and their families will come to Hampton to compete in multiple day events and stay in area hotels. And there's plenty of seats for our fans. Give me another 50 laps.
Hey, Mr. Mayor, you said this was going to be the largest facility in Virginia. And you weren't lying. Just look at this place. There's over 1,500 seats up here and 760 spaces downstairs so that the swimmers can sit and not even get the bleachers up here wet. This is amazing.
Hampton School Board members, we are always excited about great things for our students. And the fact that we can have all 4 of our high schools practice here using the 25-meter lanes in the larger pool or in the program pool speaks volumes, because it means that our kids have an advantage that they never had before. This is a win-win for Hampton City Schools.
And at today's meet, all of our 4 high schools have home field advantage. Go Hampton City Schools.
Go Bethel Bruins.
Go Hampton Crabbers, can't crush a crab.
Go Kickatown Warriors.
Go Phoebus Phantoms.
Mayor, I didn't expect to see you here. I just took the day off to relax. Oh, Bob.
Welcome, Mayor Tuck. We know that serving the community with Learn to Swim classes is an important mission of this facility. So starting this January with a special partnership between the City of Hampton and Hampton City Schools, every second grader in our school division will participate in free swimming lessons. We're excited about this opportunity, and we look forward to transporting our young people to this state-of-the-art facility as a part of their physical education curriculum.
That's right, Dr. Smith. We're the first school division and city in our region to offer free Learn to Swim lessons through the school PE curriculum. And we know that won't make all of our students competitive swimmers. And that's fine, because we will be exposing more young people to the love of swimming. More importantly, though, with 124 miles of waterfront, it's important that we drown-proof our community. And this is one of our first steps to making sure that young people love the water and can interact with it safely.
You don't have to wait until your child is in second grade. I'm going to sign Camille up now. So when she gets here for second grade classes, they'll do an evaluation and put her in a more advanced group, learning new skills. Bye, girl.
Mayor Tuck, do you want to make a splash while getting fit? Join my water aerobics class. Exercising in the water is easy on the joints and still gives you a good workout. We have a zero entry ramp for getting in easily. This pool is only 3.5 to 4.5 feet deep, and it's warmer than the big pool.
Mayor, I'd like to give you a behind-the-scenes look at how the Aquaplex runs. The engineering details are simply fascinating. There is a source capture system that's specifically designed to reduce the airborne chloramines and disinfecting byproducts. This system actually captures the harmful and corrosive fumes at their source, the pool's surface, and exhausts them out of the facility. That makes the air significantly cleaner for our swimmers and our guests. Now, I could go on and talk about the air handler system. I could talk about the water return and the pump system. However, I see that your eyes are already glazing over.
Mayor Tuck, welcome to our concession stand. This is the latest, this is the greatest. They can cook anything, do anything here. I just so happen to have a delicious hot dog waiting for you. And we've got all kinds of condiments. We've got ketchup, mustard, relish, everything you could ever want. And look, we've got our own napkins. Look at that. We are ready to go, buddy.
It's a little chilly today, but if you want to be the coolest parent or grandparent on the hottest days of summer, you'll want to bring the kids here. Residents and visitors of all ages and abilities will have fun going down the slides, floating around the lazy river, and shooting hoops, Case.
Yeet.
If you get tired before they do, there's plenty of lounge chairs to sit and relax and watch the action, and the concession stand's right over there. Memberships for Splashdown Park are separate from pool memberships and will go on sale in the spring. We can't wait to get ours, can we, Case?
No, we can't.
What a great tour. I think it's officially time to go back inside and jump into this year's State of the City. You know, there are those who expect me to keep a straight face following that, but anyway, welcome. It is really wonderful to be here. Thank you all for coming. Two things. One, it was 50 years ago since I was last on a diving board, and that was when I was a freshman and I was required to take swimming. The second thing is I only weigh 155 pounds, so it took more than one take to get that splash. But I want to thank the Chamber. Thank you, Bob McKenna. Thank you, Ms. Roach. Thank you all again for being here today. It really feels awkward being here. I mean, the last 2 years we've had COVID. It's 3 years ago since we last did a live State in the City. So I have to admit, I'm a little bit nervous, so bear with me. But I want to begin by acknowledging my fellow council members. I think that we have probably the best council in the 757. That's Vice Mayor Jimmy Gray, council members Chris Bowman, Eleanor Brown, Steve Brown, Michelle Farabee, and Billy Hobbs. And also want to acknowledge our new council members-elect, Martha Mugler and Hope Harper. And I also want to acknowledge our support team, our city manager, Mary Bunting, our city attorney, Sharon Ivory, and our city clerk, Catherine Glass. And for the most part, you don't see the things that they and their staff do. And a lot of times people think that the mayor is in charge of the city. No, it's the city manager who is in charge of all the employees. And I will tell you, they do incredible work every day, and most of it doesn't get noticed, but it's what makes Hampton such a great place to live, work, and to conduct business in. So if you will give them applause. I also want to share with you that there are a number of new faces in Hampton since we last got together, and many of them started in the last 2 years. And so I'd like to ask them to stand as I call their names. The first, we have two new college presidents. It's Daryl K. Williams at Hampton University and Dr. Tawana Porter Brannon at Virginia Peninsula Community College. We have a new sheriff, Karen Bowden, and a new police chief, Mark Talbot. We also have a new city treasurer who really is a familiar face, and that's Councilwoman, or former Councilwoman Chris Sneed. And at Joint Base Langley Eustis, we have Colonel Greg Ballou as the new base commander. And I understand he can't be here with us, but Colonel William Creedon is the new commander of the 1st Fighter Wing. And as a side note, Colonel Ballou was born in Hampton and he dances a wicked electric slide. The Hampton, Virginia Medical Center has a new director, Dr. Takisa Simmons. And finally, while we're acknowledging our federal partners, I'd like to ask Clayton Turner, who's Executive Director of NASA Langley Research Center, to please stand. Thank you all for being here. It's really wonderful, again, to be back up here and to see your faces. 2 years ago, I did our State of the City address virtually amid a large spike in coronavirus. We had to cancel all the ones of last year. But that said, today we know the virus isn't gone. But with vaccines and targeted medical treatments, it means that cases are now much, much milder. We've endured a lot, but we've also come through. And in fact, development in Hampton has thrived over the last 2 years. We've seen the fruition of projects that were already announced. We've seen new developments, and we have many new projects that are underway. And so for those of you who were hunkered down, you didn't go out much over the last 2 years, and you actually work from home, I'd like to show you today all the ways that Hampton is making a splash. Now, since we showed you our new Hampton Aquaplex in the opening video, I'll just tell you a little bit more about it. Essentially, we built 3 facilities: a community pool, a competition venue, and an outdoor water feature. And by combining them, we've saved our taxpayers money. And this was an ambitious project for a city Hampton's size, and it came with an ambitious timeline. A proposal was received June 18th, 2018. We had a comprehensive agreement signed on July 8th, 2020. And then 27 months later, we opened the facility. For those who missed the Old Dominion State of the Region report, here's a key economic point they made. The payoff comes through tourism. Tourism dollars generating economic impact for the whole community. The 8-day 2023 USA Artistic Swimming Junior Olympics will generate some 2,100 local hotel room nights, and that will have a $3.7 million economic impact for Hampton Roads. And that's just 1 week. Thank you. Other bookings for 2023 include a USA Artistic Swimming Regional Championship that will lead up to the National Championship. There will be several more regional events. The Virginia High School League Championships for Regions 5 and 6 are scheduled to be held here. The International Swim Coaches Association's National Club Championships and the Colonial Athletic Association Swimming and Diving Championships. And these will be first of many to come. But a pool isn't the only way to make a splash. The Aquaplex is part of the City of Hampton's youth sports tourism plan. It builds on our already successful athletic events, specifically the Boo Williams Sportsplex. Boo became a national name in basketball through his Boo Williams Summer League, which actually began in Hampton a remarkable 40 years ago. Again, the benefits range from the non-economic, which is providing a place for young people to learn and to grow, to being an economic driver for the city. Now, when tournaments and college coaches come here to Hampton, hotel rooms and restaurants fill. We purchased sports flooring for the convention center to increase our ability to add additional basketball courts, as well as to host more volleyball and cheer competitions. The Hampton Coliseum also hosts the prestigious Virginia Duels Wrestling Championships each year for both high school and college wrestlers. And speaking of the Coliseum, we have a new team that will be playing there starting in January. It's the Hampton Hammerheads of the Professional Box Lacrosse Association. This is a rapidly growing sport, and we will have opposing teams from New York, New Jersey, Pennsylvania, and North Carolina traveling to Hampton to take on the Hammerheads. Improvements at War Memorial Stadium, targeting draining and adding artificial turf, a new batting cage, and rooftop observation deck were largely done for the Peninsula Pilots and the Apprentice School. But this will also help us bring in small and mid-sized high school tournaments that attract college scouts. The stadium turns 75 years of age next year, and the renovations will allow it to remain a drawing card past the time it celebrates its centennial. At Darling Stadium, the football and track facility will receive a big upgrade. We've got $2.9 million allocated this year for transition to artificial turf and better drainage. It will also include a resurfacing of the track and other renovations. Virginia High School League playoffs are frequently held there, as well as band competition and other community events. We love the tax dollars, but these developments are not strictly about the economic benefits. The benefits to our young people and to our community cannot be calculated. Sports are a powerful motivator for many of the young people in our community. They teach teamwork, discipline, patience, and commitment. They provide more adult role models in kids' lives, and many of the coaches are as much mentors as they are athletic instructors. However, sports aren't the solution for all young people. Hampton, like all cities in the region, state, and across our country, have seen an increase in violence since the COVID epidemic, in particular, youth violence. It's unacceptable. I've become personally involved in this issue and have rallied other mayors in Hampton Roads. Regional issues need regional solutions, and on this, we must work together. And in Hampton, we've committed $2.4 million of our federal pandemic rescue funds on programs for young people, particularly those who may not be on the right path. We've increased local funding as well. Some of that is government-provided solutions, such as expanding our summer youth employment program to include more high school students, as well as hiring a larger youth outreach team. But we know that government can't solve all the problems, so we're empowering others by providing funds to expand current programs or to start new programs. And so far, we've awarded $1.7 million in grants to nonprofit organizations that work on a grassroots level with many of our young people. That includes the Marching Elites, a nationally known drill team that has engaged our young people for more than 30 years, a 60-year-old trauma-informed counseling center, the brand new Hampton Roads Police Athletic League, which connects kids in the Hampton City schools with law enforcement to try and form a better connection at a younger age, and a dance troupe that teaches through drumming. We're proud to partner with these and other organizations, which are led by people who have a passion for helping others. It will take a long time for these prevention efforts to make a dent in crime statistics and to affect the public's perception of the issue. It's harder to measure what didn't happen than what did. Hampton continues to have the second lowest crime rate per capita in Hampton Roads, but we're committed to lowering that rate. People deserve to feel safe in their communities. In 2021, crime in Hampton increased 3%, slightly less than the average increase across the nation. Police Chief Mark Talbot, who's been now with Hampton a little more than 16 months, has worked with his team to continue to focus on community policing and working within the community. We're very intentional in our efforts, and we follow the data. Our police data team has taken a close look at gun crimes so far this year. And although we've had 10 months or just 10 months of data, what we know is that gun crimes have increased in 2021 by 8%, but they've decreased 24% in the first 10 months of 2022. Thank you. And reported crimes are 8.6% lower than they were through the first 10 months of 2021. The steepest declines were when people shot and killed or injured. Now, what that means is that we're going in the right direction, and we need to make sure that every neighborhood is safe and that every child is safe. We also need to continue to watch the data and to see the insights and linkages between generational poverty and crime. We cannot let our children grow up thinking they have no future. As our city manager and our school superintendent said earlier, and to the amazing young people who represented them, our educational system is excellent. We're offering a high-quality education that is on par with the best systems in the country. We're leading our young people forward. And that path forward always begins with education, and we've got a lot to be proud of. Hampton City Schools has the highest graduation rate and the lowest dropout rate in the entire region. Our Academies of Hampton continues to give students a specialized course of study tailored to their talents and to their interests. And the new Flex program took what we learned through virtual classes during the pandemic and is offering new opportunities to learn from home. And at Hampton University, Dr. William R. Harvey retired this year after 44 years as the school's president. 44 years. Think about that. Our country has had 8 presidents since 1978. Hampton University has had 1. Well, now 2, as we welcome Darrell K. Williams, a proud HU alum, into that position. He has some big shoes to fill, but then he's a retired U.S. Army general, so we know he's used to taking on challenges. Also this year in Hampton, Virginia Peninsula Community College got a new name and a new identity, one that tells the world right where it operates. And when VPCC launched its new name and brand, the new look was designed by an alumnus of VPCC, Michelle Strunk, a graphic designer who attended the school 20 years ago and who's been working there ever since she obtained her degree. That's something for the school to be proud of. And for young lives to be on the path to success, there must be available positions. And so job creation is our priority. North Point Development has announced it will build the Phoenix Commerce Center. They're planning a $93 million investment on 2 buildings that total about 840,000 square feet. It's located off West Pembroke Avenue, bounded by Aberdeen Road and Shell Road. The buildings will be LEED certified, a green certification, and built to have solar roof panels. They expect a minimum of 4 tenants to provide a wider range of jobs. And North Point is rated the #1 industrial developer in the nation over the last 5 years by Real Capital Analytics. Amazon rehabbed the old Kmart building and opened a delivery station in Hampton, adding about 200 full-time jobs, hundreds of part-time jobs, plus additional work for independent contractors. Harbor Commerce Center, a $27 million investment on West Pembroke Avenue, is being built by W.M. Jordan. They're nearing completion on 2 115,500 square feet Class A industrial buildings. Both are already fully leased. When I spoke at the virtual State of the City 2 years ago, Huntington Ingalls Industries had just broken ground for its Unmanned Systems Center of Excellence. Both buildings are now open and assembling hull structures for Boeing's Orca extra-large unmanned vehicles undersea program for the U.S. Navy. That's a mouthful. The purpose-built state-of-the-art facility will be used for unmanned systems prototyping, production, and testing. The facility solidifies HII's commitment to advancing development of unmanned systems for its current and future customers. The company expects that more than 260 high-quality jobs will be created to support unmanned systems design and production at the facility. And it's not just Huntington Ingalls and underwater unmanned craft. Hampton is a hub of unmanned vehicle research and development, just as it was the center of aeronautical research at the nation's first NASA center. That led to groundbreaking research and development that changed the way we travel, the way the military operates, and the way goods and services reach customers. Now we're at the epicenter of the next significant breakthrough, a new technology that has the potential to again reinvent how we live our lives. As flight enabled us to reach cities across the globe, uncrewed flight could soon be getting us to the airport to catch those flights, bypassing ground traffic. And yes, packages can be delivered quickly and efficiently via drone. The impact is not just commerce and convenience. This industry has the potential to have a positive impact on our environment. It will be much quieter, reducing noise pollution. These lightweight electric aircraft will have near zero carbon impact, assuming clean methods for producing electricity, such as wind and solar. They will reduce traffic on clogged roads and reduce demand for more newer, and wider roads. Taken together, it all adds up to a significant taxpayer savings. So Hampton is definitely making a splash in the new unmanned aviation market, which Morgan Stanley projected would be a $1.5 to $2.9 trillion industry by 2040. Research and development are centered in Hampton because there is synergy and support here. Advanced Aircraft Company is a small business in Hampton that is poised for tremendous growth. AAC recently won 2 significant U.S. government contracts. One is with the United States Air Force Research Lab to militarize their hybrid advanced multi-rotor craft, and the other is with NASA to build a tilt-wing prototype unmanned aircraft. The Longbow Group, an international aviation consulting and services company, has an unmanned systems research and technology center on the grounds of Fort Monroe. Last year, the Longbow Group announced that center will partner with NASA on collaborative research to develop a prototype of an unmanned aircraft that will take off and land vertically. Longbow is in the process of establishing autonomous drone ports in downtown Hampton and on Fort Monroe, and is planning to add vertiports to its network for future advanced air mobility applications. Now, this developing technology is more than just prototyping aircraft. Even more so than large aircraft, small, lightweight drones must have key weather data and understand how it will impact their crafts. True Weather Solutions was awarded a grant from NASA Langley Research to improve detection of wind hazards caused by buildings in urban areas. It's partnering with Hampton University, Longbow, and NASA to establish an urban weather test bed downtown by deploying approximately 30 devices to measure the weather. And of course, it's NASA Langley Research Center that is and remains the core of research and development in Hampton. Early this year, they opened a $110 million measurement systems laboratory. Now they're planning a flight dynamic research facility, which will be a $43 million, 10-story high vertical span wind tunnel, the first new wind tunnel in 40 years at the center. Meanwhile, next door at Langley Air Force Base, there's unprecedented growth as the base prepares to become the home of the F-22 Formal Training Unit. That unit's move to Langley is expected to bring more than 750 Air Force personnel and contractors to Langley. And in total, Langley is investing $245.5 million worth of new construction. And I'm happy to announce that not all of Langley's needs are being filled on base. Through a unique partnership, a federal grant was used to create a firing range and training center on the grounds of Fort Monroe that will be jointly shared by the Hampton Police Division and Joint Base Langley Eustis. Both the police and military base have issues with their current firing ranges. This multi-purpose training center on Fort Monroe solves those problems. And yes, Joint Base Langley Eustis will take time to create a community celebration on May 5th through the 7th, 2023. The region will once again enjoy air power over Hampton Roads, which will be Langley's first air show since May 2018. I know the whole community will be thrilled to have this great air show back in Hampton. Tourism has rebounded from the pandemic and is growing at a fast pace. Starting in early 2021 and continuing to the end of the calendar year, Hampton saw dramatic increases in hotel occupancy. And more important, people are staying in convention-quality hotels. The average daily rate for a hotel room in Hampton increased by 26% in fiscal 2022 over the previous year. The higher rates and higher occupancy pushed revenue through lodging up 45% in fiscal 2022 to $59.3 million. And that happened even without several key events, such as the Hampton Jazz Festival. We expect to see even more growth for the current fiscal year. Making the city a great place to visit really is a byproduct of making Hampton a great place to live. And although we're a historic city with a few years on us, actually 412 if you're counting, we're making room for more people at the table. There isn't a lot of vacant land left, so we're building up. New apartments have opened from market rate to luxury, including Lumen in Hampton Roads Center North, Ellipse in Coliseum Central, and Monroe Gates in Phoebus. Downtown, WVS is now leasing their 15,406 square feet of commercial space to accommodate retail, restaurant, and office users in their new building anchoring Settlers Landing Road. It's called the Constellation on King, and it also will include 159 luxury apartments above the commercial space. The first residents could move in before the end of the year. I'm also pleased to announce that they are moving on to the next phase of their downtown development today. The company has the SunTrust building under contract and will add roughly 50 additional units to round out this entire city block of new development. New infill homes in Hampton's existing neighborhoods are selling as soon as they are finished, and Franciscus Homes has found enough vacant land for 2 developments. Compass 19, a townhome development across from Bass Pro, offered 120 for-sale units. Now that those units are sold out, the company is preparing to build up to 75 more units. That development on Big Bethel Road will be called Watermark. Why do so many people want to live in Hampton? We have a great quality of life. In fact, I would whisper that to you to keep it a secret, but Smart Asset keeps us on the list of the country's top affordable beach towns. And Wallet Hub ranked Hampton the 6th best city in the country for first-time home buyers, the 34th city on its list of the most diversified economies, and the top Virginia city among its best beach towns to live in. And speaking of beaches, we did a beautiful multi-year refurbishment of Buckrow Beach. Visit Buckrow now and you will see an expanded boardwalk with better lighting and more security cameras, a new seawall, swings, benches, and lounges where you can relax while enjoying the beach and the park, and more ramps to make the boardwalk accessible to more visitors. We're putting the finishing touches on a gorgeous $7 million sand replenishment, restoring the historic Buckrow Bayshore Beach to the quality that made it a premier resort. We opened 2 new neighborhood community centers, which are jointly run by the Citizens Committee and the city. One near downtown Hampton in the Old Hampton neighborhood is named for Mary W. Jackson, the Hidden Figures engineer who lived and volunteered in that neighborhood. The other is across town to serve the Fox Hill community. Both of these centers provide outstanding resources to the adults and kids who live in those neighborhoods. Now, some of our newest developments in the retail sector aren't really retail, they're experiential. 2 new attractions at the Peninsula Town Center are designed to provide fun for young people and their families. Sky Zone Trampoline Park opened 2 years ago with jumps, games, and activity for all ages. Latitude Climbing and Fitness is under construction and expected to open early next year. The planned Hampton location will feature around 12,000 square feet of bouldering and rope climbing surface, as well as adjustable training boards, fitness amenities, and classes. Hampton has a very vibrant music scene. The Vanguard Brew Pub and Distillery has hosted the Veer Magazine Local Music Awards for the past 2 years. This brought music lovers from all across the region to Hampton, many of them for the first time. And yes, the Local Music Awards will be back at the Vanguard next year as well. And speaking of the vibrant music scene, Vice Mayor Gray and I had an opportunity to be a part of that as we recently took stage with several bands to perform in a benefit for the Hampton Education Foundation. Outside developers aren't the only ones investing in Hampton. The city is investing in our future. We have embarked on an ambitious campaign to upgrade some of our aging infrastructure, not all of which dates back to 1610. We're also investing in resilience, neighborhood drainage, stormwater improvements, and dredging waterways. We're going beyond that and thinking big. We're creating projects that will accomplish multiple objectives, protecting people from the water when it's threatening, but in a way that still connects them to the water. We aren't following the examples of others. We are creating best practices so that they can follow us. This summer, Hampton was named the Resilient Virginia Community of the Year in recognition of our efforts to prepare for the impact of climate change. A member of the awards committee wrote, and I quote, "As localities across the country begin this process, they will be well advised to look at the work that Hampton has done," end quote. And just yesterday, I attended the ribbon cutting ceremony for the Virginia Seafood Agricultural Research and Extension Center, or AREC. This is a new $10 million Virginia Tech facility in downtown Hampton that is focused on the future of every element of the seafood industry. The AREC facility operates in partnership with the Virginia Tech Coastal Collaborator, another office and lab space that opened in downtown Hampton this year with a mission of addressing challenges and finding solutions for Virginia's coastal zones. We're looking forward to the vision and innovation that will come out of these outstanding new facilities. Also this year, Hampton was named one of the top 10 digital cities in the nation in our population range. This distinction reflects the way that our city uses technology to keep residents safe, secure, and informed. Oh, and I should mention, this is the 20th time that Hampton is placed in the top 10. 20 times. All these things reflect the ways that we are making a splash in Hampton. You're seeing the outward results. But what is the most amazing thing, though, is how we are making a splash. We aren't just doing it through government. We aren't doing it by ourselves. We are working through and with the people in this room and in the rest of the city of Hampton. The splash I made alone off the 3-meter springboard is small compared to the splash when we all work together. Developers, educational partners, nonprofits, volunteers, educators, city staff. It takes a lot of people to make a city like Hampton as great as it can be. And more than anything else, it takes the dedication and investment of our residents, the people who live here. So whether you were born here or raised in Hampton, or if you came here for a career or a military transfer, no matter what brought you here, you are a part of what makes Hampton the city that it is today and the city that it will become in the future. So I say to all of you, please make a splash in Hampton. And not just when you visit the Aquaplex. In fact, here's a look at some of the new businesses and developments that have made a splash in Hampton in the past 2 years. If you haven't checked them out yet, we hope that you will soon. Thank you.